JDG. Eto na yun, Dash, drafting phase, here we go.
Yeah, M42 Esports versus RRQ. Nakita naman natin sa bench natin right now. They are really thankful the fact that si Ari would get banned just because Bambi as an Ari is very deadly. Kaya inunan na talaga nila yun. What they want here for sure sa ating first pick dito is they would pick the first jungler. Lee Sin and Kha'Zix is always in the bag of both of our junglers. So most likely, they're gonna be going in for that first pick. Kasi dahil Lee Sin, Kha'Zix naman sila, we all know that whoever gets this has an advantage. And also, I forgot to point out, yung Riven nga naman sa side ng RRQ is still up HD. Could be able to get this, was able to make this work for 2 times already. So now, he would be picking it.
No doubt. In-expect natin yun. Of course, Dash. Riven is so much open and very available sa game 1 natin. Why not, of course? HD, as you have mentioned, grabe yung performance dito, especially sa ating semifinals doon. And here comes the response. It's gonna be the Galio, however, open din for Bambi. Natin yun, mid Galio yesterday, and a Twisted Fate as well. Look at this one. Great global presence as well. Big ultimates here. You have Hero's entrance for Galio, and as well, the Destiny is up as well. Meron silang advantage when it comes to mobility and pick of play, and as well as vision.
Yeah, they have a lot of CC on that side. So dahil nga medyo maganda na yung setup dito, they have a lot of CC. They just need to add a bit more damage sa composition nila just so na maging maganda yung team composition. So a Kha'Zix or a Pantheon could actually really help on the side of M42 Esports. But RRQ responds with a Lee Sin and Braum as the first pick. So wala pa tayong mid and ADC on their side, and hinihintay na lang natin yun just because etong pickups nila dito would be good for a defense on the backline. So if they go for really strong backline, for example, a Corki or maybe a Kaisa would also be good for their team composition. So now M42 Esports responds with the Darius against the Riven. So most likely, ang gusto nila mangyari dito talaga every time, kaya lang naman pinipick si Darius every time, just to counter the Riven early on, right?
Yeah, I do agree 100% for that one. So this is a familiar matchup when it comes to the Baron lane. No questions about this one. Darius against Riven, and of course the highlight mo, of course, the Lee Sin and the Braum for his capability as well to counter attacks, especially ito na nga, global presence. Pantheon is here. They have the Grand Starfall as well. Look at this one. Everywhere. Nakita natin yun actually on that semifinals. But this time around, M42, will they be successful here against this lineup coming in from the side of RRQ?
Okay, so very interesting yung lineup dito ng side ng RRQ, no? Kasi we have a lot of ways for them to deal damage talaga. Wala silang really reliable front line on their side, but it's okay. Because if they can deal damage, that would be enough for them to do that. Pero eto, on the side of M42 Esports, we have a lot of CC, we have a lot of global presence. So what they want here is for them to win the early game. Kasi if ever this drags on hanggang sa late game later on, medyo mapapahirap yung laban dito sa kanila. So what they want, get the snowball early, then wag na sila pahingahin. Yun na lang talaga gusto nila gawin. Yeah.
Do not give any breathing space. So that is one of the victory conditions here for the side of M42. But will they be successful? And nakita naman natin yun, guys, no? That big ultimates, of course, have also big costs. Yung death, yung cooldown timers ng mga ultimates yun, they have to be very precise on to execute fight. And here we go, ladies and gentlemen. This is the game 1 of our semi-finals here, the second series. It is going to be between RRQ and M42 Esports.
Yeah, what they're fighting for here is a spot on the grand finals na naghihintay na nga yung JDG sa kanila. So now, with this, they need to be all gears on and all cylinders have been fired na for both of our teams, and they really want to get this first advantage. Kasi on a game of 3, what you want to happen is get the first win. Yes, madali mag-comeback on a best of 3, but still, it could still be possible for them to at least hindi ganun nakakapagod compared sa best of 5. Mas nakakapagod yung best of 5. Pero dito, if manalo kang isa, at least parang secure ka na for the next ones.
Yeah, that's true. And speaking of secured, and for those who are no information about this one, top 4 teams already is qualified, guys, for the playoffs. So meron na silang insurance dito, and they are now fighting for the prize and the Pride as well here in our first weekly eliminations dito sa GrindSky Arena Wild Rift. But eto, this is a Riven mid. I think this is going to be the first time we're about to see a Riven mid dito. Dash, I'm really surprised for this pick. I really thought na si HD gagamit dito.
Yeah.
They have a last pick Fiora. So what can you? But hold a thought. This is so far an aggressive play coming in from Double Z dito sa kanyang listen. However, Pantheon is in the vicinity as well. They are going to go for a brawl. Nope, cheeky plays. Still going to invade those at top lane. And here comes the first blood. That is enough. I'm kill. Pero lone life na dito. Nice map awareness. 2 versus 1. No escape. And that is going to be the counter kill.
Well, that was a good rotation coming in from their side. But there's still a fight at bot lane right there, Deadeye.
Ooh, look at this one. The poke. Avengerang. The damage is not enough though. But look at the pokes. They can still bully this lane against the side here. Ng, of course, RRQ.
I would just like to point out the rotations coming in from the side of RRQ a while ago. It was really good that they were able to get onto the top lane habang Darius ay meron advantage. Pero very interesting yung pinoint out mo kanina, no? The Riven and the Fiora switch up. What's good here is sinabi nga natin, Darius has an advantage over a Riven. But against a Fiora, nawawala yung advantage niya against a Fiora kasi Fiora can just poke him out. If he goes for the apprehend, pwedeng ipari ni Fiora para hindi magkaroon ng incoming damage against her. So this is very smart plays coming in from this side. And also, seeing the Galio trying to rotate, trying to use his presence onto the top side. I was waiting for them to get a gank on the top side, but still, they're just waiting for this next objective to come out.
And great point you have just mentioned there, Dash, on the Baron lane. Pero ito pa rin, the question of this one, is this normal to see, no? Na a mid Riven against a TF, which is a range, of course, great poking potential when it comes to this laning stage, especially against this middle lane battle.
Yeah, pointing that out, Riven is good against champions that don't have much damage. So, as a Twisted Fate, we don't expect a lot of damage from a Twisted Fate. What we expect from a Twisted Fate is for the CC of the gold card, the rotations from the Destiny.
Correct.
Kaya it's okay na etong lane na to is happening like this. Kaya look at that. Helios is just forming up in the mid lane with the HP that he has, with the shielding. Yung gold card parang nullify every time, right?
Correct. Yes. You know, that great point. So anyway, hindi pa natin nakita, of course, yung level 5 as a team comp as a whole, but I really do expect that it is going to be massive in the moments to come here, especially right now under 20 seconds. We are going to expect, of course, a objective spawning in the Wild Rift, but meanwhile it is still going to brawl here on the top. Ang sinabi mo nga, of course, Dash, that this is going to be a great of course matchup for the Fiora against this Darius, and it is very effective right now, but so far pings coming in here in the Infernal Drake Pit. Nauna na nga dito yung side ng M42. They are going to aggro this one first. Double Z sa kanya listen, trying to go for the flanking maneuver, dewarding the area, and in-expect dito ng M42 yung contest dito, and they will disengage.
Yeah, that's good for M42. They need to respect the damage coming out from the team composition right now. Lalo na at may package pa si M. So yeah, there you go. They find something.
Star for however is out of position, no support in the back lines. That is going to be Glacial Fisher popping up as well. But meanwhile, on the side lanes, it is going to be a zone being given. But what was that? Is that something a miscommunication between the players here, the side of M42?
Yeah, I think M42 had a bit of a miscommunication during that fight. Everybody went out already, but Chinese still wanted to go for that. He wanted to go for a steal, pero medyo late na yung timing ng Grand Starfall na. That's why they were punished in the end, and RRQ was able to secure it. So now, with that, they're trying to put a band-aid dun sa nangyari, and they want to get this referral.
Yes, I think they need to have somehow a gain in that loss. Nakita natin yung skirmish on that DR takedown. However, of course, nandito na nga si HD sa kanyang Fiora. He has the vision, but he is just alone in this in this contest. Rather, ito na nga, yung sinabi mo nga, Dash, they will take this referral without even a single contest.
Yeah, something that I want to point out right now, Deadeye, is that Darius is a very one-note champion. Whenever you pick a Darius, what you want to happen is get an advantage early in the game dahil you want to snowball. Kasi when you have the same items as your laner, for example, this Fiora in the top lane, you won't really win much of the trades. Kaya with this, magiging 4v5 later on yung fight natin if Darius doesn't get the snowball against this girl. Kasi even though masasabi natin ngayon 1k yung gold advantage niya, pero later on, if hindi niya ituloy itong precious upplay, but there's a fight happening though.
Look at the Sonic Wave with a great kill coming in from Double Z. They are not finished yet. And that is going to be a double. Oh, the brawl, the pick and plays, the triple kill coming in from this Listen. And there you go, RRQ on fire.
Yeah, RRQ running around, man possessed, man on a mission for this team, was able to secure more kills against the squad right there of M42. Right now, sinasabi ko nga kanina, they have a lot of CC on their team composition, but they don't have a lot of damage to back it up. Look at this, Bambi slowly falling down.
Man, the victory conditions dwindling down here sa side ng M42. And nakita nga natin 6 kills here in advantage against 1 lang dito sa M42. And this is what you want. Having a listen on the jungler, di ba? You need to be very aggressive, proactive around the Wild Rift. And now I think the RRQ is just doing their thing. And one by one, they are gaining ground here against the side of M42 Dash.
Yeah, slowly capitalizing on the mistakes of M42. Naghihintay lang talaga sila lagi ng chance to pounce back. And M in the mid lane doesn't make it easier. Both of those players in the side lane, nakita natin si Helios and si HD, they're just doing their job. They're just trying to isolate members. They want to go for 1v1s kasi nga naman, Fiora and Riven on the 1v1 is good. But look at this, they're going for a death rush.
Oh, there you go. That is going to be there. Pero the sustain is still there with Unbreakable coming in from that Braum, guys. Still very tanky on the tank support. However, hindi pa natin nakita doon Dash. Yung ina-expect natin that global team fights, that Grand Starfall, and the follow-up with the hero entrance, follow-up with the Destiny pick-up play. We haven't seen that one, and we haven't seen somehow super carries kanina action doing somehow parang malaking contribution sa laro na ito at this moment in time.
Yeah, I think right now, na-lose na nila yung opportunity to gain advantage of that. Kasi slowly, nawawala na yung laning phase natin. Most of the people are actually getting out of the lane, trying their best to get this. Pero what they can do is go for the top lane. Look at that.
There you go. You need to go for your pickup plays. Oh, the Darius with a call play still managed to take that Fiora HD with him despite being killed. And I think that is a win for him, Dash.
Yeah. That's good that he was able to get the kill on a 2v1. And now because of that, they got a bit of gold in the mid lane just because of that Rip Herald. Ito na yung next objective natin, Cloud Drake. Tignan natin kung makuha nila to.
There we go, Glacier Fisher free. That is going to be a knock up here. The taunt counter attack coming in from the side there of Galio. They're going to go the zone of the back lines. Look at the Raven. However, super carry with a heroic swing, trying to go back away, being chased. They're on the broken wings. They're on the sun. Going to go flash out. No escape with that. Ultimate coming in from Riven. However, on the back lines, the fight still continues. HD backs away. Able to see. Free. That was insane, man. What a great gameplay here coming in from RRQ.
That was an ace. That was Helios using the Riven in his favor. I was expecting na si HD gagamit ito, pero in the hands of Helios, it's still as perfect as it is for RRQ. Now, Helios has the stunts. He uses it in his favor, got the 3 stunts on the members, and that's why they were able to get the win. This is just, at this point, that M42 is just trying their best. It's like desperation na lagyan nila ng band-aid yung mga mistakes na ginagawa nila, and lalong nagdudugo yung sugat ginawa ng side ng RRQ.
And agree ako doon, Dash, yung sinabi mo. Pero yung sinasabi na, that is going to be upper end of 2? Almost, man. Almost under the target. But as I was saying, yung laro natin ngayon, in the driving seat, RRQ, sila ang nagdidictate ng laban na to, and parang nagiging reactive na lang yung M42 sa kanang mga plays na ginagawa dito ng of course ng RRQ, and I think that is a bad thing. But hold that thought. The Glacial Fisher tried to go for the stun. Heroes entrance is there. Lagyan mo na Grand Starfall sa likod with the stun with the gold card as well. Pero look at the sustain counter attack, rocket barrage, and ladies and gents, RRQ is just at a different level here.
Wow, that was good plays coming in from the side right there. HX, during that time, he was just there with the Unbreakable in his face, and hindi sila nakakuha ng kahit na anong damage on the backline. The damage na meron lang yung side ngayon ng M42 was just the TF and the Akshan during that fight. But they weren't able to deal that just because of the presence of the Braum during that game. And now they got the Baron. They have a 13k gold lead. And this just looks really bleak on the side right now of M42. Right now, RRQ has all the advantage. Almost 2 items. I mean, almost 3 items on almost all of their members. And I think right now, medyo mahirapan na talaga yung M42.
Oh, this is a difficult situation indeed on the side of M42. On that previous skirmish, kahit na marami kayong global skills there, what can you do if walang masyadong follow-up doon? Highlight mo to, Dash, that the damage output is one of the great factors to pull off such team fight. But speaking of team fight, another Glacial Fissure going to connect on 2. Riven is a ripping through. Doon sa likod, flashes in a double instantly. Going to pick up the players on the side of M42 one by one. Oh, the action falls down on the backline. Triple kill na agad. And this is going to be the last one standing. It is going to be the Darius. What can he do but to go back in the base?
Yeah, what you don't want to happen is M face tanking the Darius. That just says a lot. Yung ADC pinip-face tank yung Baron laner nyo, that just says na sobrang laki na nung advantage ng team na to. And now, they're really going in for the inhibitor turrets. And if ever makuha nila to, more pressure on the side of M42. If M42 still wants to win this, they need to go for pickoffs. They need to go for shutdowns against the members right now of RRQ. So right now, that's the only thing that they can do. Because they can go on for full team fights at this point.
Very difficult indeed. Great points you have mentioned, of course, Dash. Pero I'm really curious kung anong masabi ni maintenance guy, no? For that comeback. What is the comeback potential? But all that thought, as I was saying that this is going to be another pick-up play. Man, they are not safe. Kahit sa kanilang jungle dito. Look at this one. RQ just owning the Wild Rift, and now the last inhibitor talent is going to be Siege here. Will he be able to defend? That is a great turn on free, and Glacial Fissure for the counter attack, dominating here. Akala mo si HD lang yung marunong mag-Riven. Helios, ladies and gents, Sharin is just on a monster streak here on that Riven.
Oh man, hindi na talaga to kaya ng M42. At this point, they are just going for it. Hindi man lang nabibigyan ng RRQ ng breathing room. Talagang when they go for the pressure, they go for all out. Lagi sila nag-go ng all out, all in din sila, and wala talagang magawa M42 during that fight. Now with all the inhibitor turrets down, it's just Helios looking at this. He's not respecting the base and he's going for it.
Oh man, solo, I don't care. And a follow-up there with a pick-up play coming in from the side of Double Z. This is just, I can fairly say, Dash, that this is just a one-sided game and a great performance coming in from the side of RQ. And you have just also highlighted that they need to have a Hail Mary contest here. But speaking of which, I think this is going to be the team fight of the single man of the side here of RQ that finished this game. They couldn't do anything, no damage output here. Whatever tactics they can go up against RQ, no effect. Another ace. And I think this is going to be it, ladies and gents. Man, oh man, one-sided game. Great performance coming in from the side of RRQ.
Yeah, that's as we said that if they don't get the early game on the side of M42 with that type of